always buy them, you know, by the pound, already peeled. But my wife, what she does is she puts these garlic cloves in a blender, and then we add olive oil to them, and then you have little bits just like this. And then these things last for a good amount of time. This is the way to go, I gotta say. So let's see how much we're gonna use here. Now, in this dish, I don't wanna go overboard because I really like the onions and I like the way the sausage, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add this. What's this? I don't know. Teaspoon? Half teaspoon? 2 cloves? Let's say 2 cloves. And that's it. 2 cloves, okay? That's all you need. Now, excuse me while I put this in the sink. Now, I look at this, okay? And I say 2 cloves of garlic, okay? Which is quite enough. I don't think you need more than this dish. I don't want the garlic to overpower. As you go, make sure you press it down, this sausage, okay? Because you really want this to break apart. I don't want big hunks of sausage in this. All right, I want little bits of sausage that are all gonna incorporate into the middles of those little rigatonis we have, okay? They're all gonna get into the center and the flavor is gonna be fantastic. And speaking of rigatonis, let's come over here and give these a nice toss, which they're coming really, really good. And it's been about 3-4 minutes and they need maybe 2 more for this particular dish, okay? So we're gonna give this a toss. Okay, this is nice, okay? Everything's coming along good, as you can see. My sausage now has browned lovely. This is what I'm looking for. My onions have turned a little bit of gold. This is what I'm looking for. So now, in this original recipe that my wife brought to me this morning or yesterday or whenever it was, they didn't put tomatoes in it. But you know what? We're in the summer season right now. And it's August here. And our plum tomatoes are really ideal. So there's not many things I like to do without plum tomatoes. My wife's kind of getting sick of the plum tomato thing, but I don't care. In this dish, I think you're gonna go good. So this is 6 plum tomatoes that we gave a chop to, and nothing fancy. I mean, there's no fine dice here. These are just chopped however you feel comfortable doing it. There's no crazy, no rhyme or reason. So 6 plum tomatoes, which are the small fellas, okay? I like these. They're a little bit sweet. So as at this point, boom, I'm gonna put them in towards the end. Let me put this in the sink, excuse me. And forgive me for my dogs barking. You have to understand, this is a house. Okay, my dogs come through, they run around, they bark, the kids slam the doors. This ain't a real set here, all right? I ain't in Manhattan with some crazy set on the 23rd floor. I'm in my house, and this is, I'm making something that my wife and I and the kids are gonna eat tonight, okay? This ain't no hokey something going on here. So you might hear a door slam or a phone ring or the dogs bark. It's okay. This is what this is all about. This is rustic. This is homeschool at its best. Believe me when I tell you. And a tomato might get out. Oh, what do? You throw it back in. You don't worry about that. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me with this? I mean, this is such a good Calabrese dish. I gotta say, and I'm gonna give my macaroni a little stir here. Now, this has been going now, I know, for 6-7 minutes. 6 minutes. And I feel it, and this is exactly where I want it. I don't wanna overdo the macaroni on this because I'm gonna saute it with my sausage and my tomatoes and my garlic and my onion. So what we're gonna do here now is we are going to strain our macaroni. Let me get 2 of these like this. I don't want to burn my hands. Now, over here it goes. What we're gonna do here now is we're gonna strain this pasta, but really quick, because I want to reserve. What I want to do is I want to reserve some of the pasta water in this dish. Okay, this is one of the dishes where you want a little liquid. Okay, so now what we do is we take the whole pan And we're gonna bring it back over here. Back there. Give these a quick saute. This looks good. Now, I'm gonna add my macaroni to this dish. Just like that, okay? Excuse me, I'm gonna put this in the sink. And whatever water was left now in that strainer when I put it back into this pot, I'm gonna use, because this is a nice starch. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put a little bit pasta. Actually, I used all of it. That's good. Now I'm gonna put this back in the sink, excuse me. Okay, so now we're gonna toss this all together. There's no problems to this dish. Now, give it a nice toss like this. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me here on this dish? The Calabrese, Calabria, you have no idea. They know this is the best. And then you just stir this macaroni around here, okay? Now, you want this to cook for another maybe 2 minutes or so. Because, again, our pasta was a little on the al dente. It was very much on the al dente side, okay? So, which is undercooked. And because I knew that I was going to saute it with the sausage, the plum tomatoes, with the onions and the garlic, blah, 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 blah. So now, as you go here now, you just toss this around just like this. Now, if you're feeling crazy on this dish, what you might want to do is, you might want to give it a taste. I mean, I don't know. I tell you what, I got a spoon sitting over here. I don't even know what I use it for. But I'm going to give it a taste, okay? Because, okay. Other than burning my mouth, I will say to you that this was very, very good. The sweetness, but the bit of heat from the sausage is delicious. So it's at this point now, and again, this is on very high heat. So we're going to turn that down just a touch because I don't want to overdo it. Okay, so we're going to give this another toss. I like the way it looks. And what we are going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to this dish because I want a little more oil in this. I think that'll be a nice hint. And we're going to take this and just sprinkle the top, okay? Just to give it a little more liquid, a little more olive oil. And I think that'll be fantastic in this, which is perfect. Now, I got a secret for you in this. I don't know if it's a secret, but again, I never made this before. But I like the way it's coming out. I want to add some basil to this. But I'm going to add it at the end, which is now. And I'm not sure if the Calabrese, the original story, my wife, she tried to tell me last night how to make this, or this morning or whatever it was. But I'm going to put basil in this right now. Okay, and I got some chopped basil, and this is nice. I'm going to put a fistful and a little bit more, just because I like basil. And I love the way it comes out. But I like in pasta dishes to do it at the end. This way you're really getting the strong. And oh my God. You smell this right now? This is fantastic. I mean, so our macaroni is just about done. At the very end, I come over here. We're going to take our ricotta cheese. Now, this is 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. I don't know how much we're going to use, but I'm going to incorporate it, save a little on the side, and see how much we're going to use. So here we go. Now, what I like to do is always, you add like half, okay? So here's half right there, okay? 15 ounces, there goes half. Now then, let's stir it up. And I tell you, this might be enough. I'm not sure. But I'm also going to turn my burner down to very, very low. Because all I want to do now, I really don't want this to cook anymore. What I want to do is just incorporate the ricotta into this dish, okay? So, we're going to twist it up. Okay, Well, I like the way that's turning out. I gotta say, it's creamy. It's looking nice. I love the color of it, okay? And the only thing left to do, really, with this dish is to taste it. So let me check it out here. Let me check it out here. Let me see what this is gonna be like. I tell you what, it looks fantastic, really, but you never know till you taste. That's ridiculous. I mean, as easy of a recipe this is, there's no reason why you guys cannot try this dish. It's simple. It is 110% hearty. And it's Sunday. I mean, I just love my macaroni on Sundays. And this is it in a nutshell. And I love the fact that when we go to our gardens and we have tomatoes, and you say to yourself, what are you going to do with all these tomatoes? You make something like this with them. There's 1,001 little pasta dishes you can make with your tomatoes from the garden. All right? This is just one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this burner off now, okay? And then we're going to go to our Buco. That's been in the oven now for about an hour, give or take. Now remember, when you make the Buco, we did it about 15-20 minutes with the lid on, stove top. I didn't feel like looking over it, doing this, tossing it, turning it. So what I do, I turn my oven on 350. I put it in the oven, and I'm going to say about an hour, give or take. You might need an hour and a half. You might need an hour and 15 minutes. You might need not even an hour. Everybody's oven is different, and it's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to oven now, and we're going to check it out, okay? So I don't want to burn my hands, though. I ain't that stupid. I'm going to take these here. We're going to open up our oven, and we're going to take our Buco out, okay? Okay? And we're going to put it right out here on our cutting board. Move the knife. Close the oven. We're going to take this lid off right now. And, oh my God. You see this now? Let me get rid of this lid in the sink. Now, if you can see this now. You see how this juice has reduced that veal stock? And if, like I said before, if you don't have the veal stock, mix a little chicken and a little beef, that's okay, that's fine. But you see how rich this looks now? And I mean, this is just, I can't say enough about this dish. I love chops, I love shanks, I love all of it. So we're gonna plate this first now. So it's very easy to do. You just get your plate and we're gonna put this out. And the key is to this is when your meat falls off the bone and you stick your knife in it and it tears apart, the tendons have reduced and the meat is swelling, and this is what we're looking for here. So we're gonna put our shanks, and you know, there's many different ways to do this dish, okay? Like, I know a couple restaurants that do this where it's very light in color and it's not as dark as this. But for me, I prefer it dark, rich in flavor. And it's okay if you want to have it more tomatoey or more light, just use chicken stock instead of veal stock. That's great, no problem. And what a lot of people do now, I'm going to show you this. Now, this is the juice here that we're left with, okay? Now, what you can do here is a couple things. One is you can take a burr mixer, put this in a bowl, and take a burr and get this really creamy and nice and soft. And this way you don't have the chunks of the carrots and the onions, which is fine. But for me and for what I do, I mean, this is rustic style. I want you to see that this is something that you would make like like in the mountains somewhere. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna pour this beautiful sauce, and the Marsala wine is there and it's nice and sweet. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna scrape that, and I'm not gonna burr it, I'm not gonna blend it, okay? Because I want this to be more like a Buco stew, okay? Because to me, that's where the flavors are the best. I'm gonna get rid of this pan, excuse me. Put that right there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plate our pasta dish here. And now this one is kind of very simple, okay? So this is our Calabrese style rigatoni. And really, all I had is hot sausage out of the casing, okay? Out of the casing, hot sausage. I used plum tomatoes. Why? Because it's August. I wanted the nice vegetable from the season, and that's what we're doing here. We added a little bit of ricotta cheese at the end, nice basil at the very end, and so we're gonna plate this right now, and it's quite simple. We just take this, throw it in our bowl, our beautiful pasta bowl here, and I'm gonna get rid of this pot, excuse me. So I look at this dish now, and what do I say to myself? I says, you know what? It could use a little more liquid. I mean, it's kind of dry. I'm gonna top this off with a little olive oil here, okay? So, as you know, I always keep some olive oil handy because you never know where you're gonna need it. So at the end, I'm gonna toss this with some olive oil. You want to use extra virgin, knock yourself out. I don't. I like just straight up olive oil. Just at the very end, just like this. And then what we're gonna do is, I already have some freshly grated Locatelli Romano. Okay, this is what we like, Locatelli cheese. I already grated it. I ain't gonna show you how to do that. We did that before. So we're gonna do it like that, and like that, and like that. So 3 pinches, all right? Toss it again, like this, okay? And you know what? Are you thinking like this might be too white? Like it don't have enough color? Whatever. Me, personally, I like just the way it looks just like this. But you guys might say, this is a little flat looking. Knock yourself out. You know what? I got a whole bunch of parsley here. So what we'll do is, we'll rough chop this. There ain't no craziness here. Rough chop a little bit of this. Like that. A little parsley. Never hurt anybody. And then what do? I sprinkle the top with some fresh parsley. Like this. Alright, we're gonna bang it with a little bit of more fresh grated Romano cheese, like that, boom, like that. And look at this, folks. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I got one of my sons here, Mickey. He don't eat none of this stuff. If it ain't chicken tender, if it ain't macaroni and cheese, if it ain't hot dog, he ain't gonna eat it. Yeah. But you know what? For this show, this kid's been driving me crazy to bring him into it. I'm gonna bring him in. Mickey, where are you? Come here. Come here. Get into this show, bro. Alright? This is my boy, Little Mixter. Alright? This is Mickey. Let me tell you something about Mickey. You know what he likes? None of this. But you know what he does? He likes bread. Right? He likes bread. So, guys, let me tell you this right now. From my kitchen to your kitchen, happy rustic cooking and enjoy your Sunday.